shit's a hole.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So it's just Lil and I for right now. Maybe some of the others will drop in as we go. We thought we had this coordinated, but chaos did ensue. We're on an unusual day and an unusual time because we had been doing that Monday morning slot for quite some time. And then we were put in a position where either we had to move the show or Ryan couldn't make it anymore. We'd rather have Ryan with us, but we haven't actually nailed down when the show is going to be moving forward. In fact, we're toying with the idea of possibly having it be floating rather than, always be this simulcast sort of thing that we've been doing. Having each of us who wants to, obviously nobody has to, but having each of us like host it in turn. And when it's like, say, for example, if it's Lil's turn and she's like, you know what, Thursday evenings are best for me, right after politicality, boom, we'll do the thing. Then whoever can make it, then that's when the show will be, and then it'll be Kelly's turn. And Kelly's like, you know what, Monday mornings are best for me. We're doing it then, even if Ryan can't make it, whatever. So it's in flux. It's in chaos. Chaos is sort of what we do, but I did think we were all like on track for today. Say lovey. Anyway, today's show is titled Atheist Day because Monday, when the show was supposed to air, was Atheist Day. So if you're an atheist, if you're an agnostic, if you're a non-believer, or if you just doubt someone else's religion, well, congratulations, you're an atheist according to them.
I declared Atheist Week. How about that?
I mean, it's kind of what we did, right? Like we just did ancient atheists, the history of secular humanism, basically, and then just showed people how to get out into interstellar space, the future of humanity, if we can be humane, So we kind of did just do it Atheist Week. Huzzah. Oh goodness. I don't know. I don't know what to do with anything or what to make of things or apparently how to do YouTube either. That's a whole thing. But right, so we're doing for Atheist Day. I don't know how long this specific show is going to be. Traditionally, we would go 2 hours, but there's no particular reason to go 2 hours, especially when there's only the two of us. On the flip side, there's no reason not to, aside from the fact that I have to have food at some time so I can take medicine. So there's that. It's an oof. It's an oof. Oh, we do what we can. But we did want to try to do the Baphy Awards, for Baphomet, for Atheist Day. And we were all going to come up with our own. And I know so many others had ideas. Maybe the time zone changed, threw them off or something. I don't know. But we were all going to come up with a bunch of different awards for fun and profit. Oh, you made a little Baphy. That's neat.
I need to paint it, but it's cute.
Hell yeah. So it's Tommy says we like our embers fed and medicated. I know what you mean, but that could come off a little weird. Ember, it's time for your drugs. Oh goodness. All right, so let me see here. Oh goodness, Lil, what's been up with you? I need to click some buttons for a minute here.
Sure. My mom had surgery on Monday, so I've been back and forth between the hospital. She's been dealing with some stuff for several months now. Actually got it taken care of. And speaking of drugs, she is loving the drugs right now. My mom high is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. She doesn't get meds like that very often, and if you know my mom, it's just she cracks me up. She'll call me. She's like, "Hi, what are you doing?" I'm just like, "Oh,
hello everyone." I know the feeling. Like, I know y'all can tell on days when I'm on the good stuff, because most of the time I'm in a lot of pain. Like, my pain level never gets below a 7 on its own, right? Like, some days are worse than others, but the baseline is 7. Fucking hell, being alive hurts. But I usually take my Walmart brand autism pills, and I'm okay. Sometimes it's really bad, and I'll take 2 or even 3 of those, plus some of whatever the fuck these are. And when it's really, really, really bad, I have some stuff that I was prescribed when I was in the hospital having my intestines put back in, that I didn't go through all of at the time. And then I get really, it's not important. The point is, like, there's 2 factors to it. There's the drug making you high, but there's also the lack of pain. Feels like being high.
It's one of those things, because it's like I've got a pretty high typical pain level from anyone who knows me knows I suffer pretty bad migraines, and I have hip issues. I don't remember the last time I didn't have some level of a headache. So every now and then when I wake up and I don't have a headache, I'm like, what's wrong here? Something's off. And it usually takes me a few minutes to realize, oh, holy crap, I don't have a headache.
I'm
just like,
I haven't been running the ad lately, and I don't think I have it here, but I want to be like, have you considered hydration?
Oh, I hydrate quite a bit. I wish that was the cure to all my problems, but today that is coffee. A big ass coffee.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad. It's hard to talk so much, to do, like, a show and then immediately another show and just keep talking a lot. But on the plus side, I don't drain my coffee as fast. Like on Dr. Ben's shows, specifically trivia night, game night, that sort of stuff, which, is on Dr. Ben's channel, Dr. Ben Hamilton here on the YouTubes, which happens on Friday nights at 9:30. If you were here for any of the Bible study shows, I like to send people over there because it's a ton of fun. I like to be there myself when I can. And, I don't have to do so much talking. And so, like, I drain my coffee. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I usually have to make sure I have at least a couple bottles of water nearby, so I don't have to get up in the middle of it and go get something. Because the funny thing is, like, I don't drink, so, like, I don't have beers just sitting around. Like, I don't drink very often, so.
Same. I actually, technically, somewhere down here, I still have 2 woodchuck ciders from when I would do drinking streams with Doc Dino. It's been a while. They've been there for a while, though. I'm not sure they're still any good.
I do miss ciders, though. I used to love ciders, so I just like with my head being the way it is, like, I can have 2 beers, not feel a thing, and wake up with the hangover like I downed 3 bottles of vodka. It sucks. I can't handle it.
You may as well down 3 bottles of vodka then. You're gonna get the headache anyway.
At that point, I don't think my system could handle that anymore. I am not 20 years old anymore.
It's a valid point. I mean, goodness. So, as you know, I'm half Irish and half Scottish, as well as half Welsh. So
German.
I can drink. I'm reminded of one particular party when I was, I think, a senior in high school. I'm not entirely sure because it's fuzzy. Because I drank an entire bottle of vodka, like one of the bigger ones. Like, what is it, 480 milliliters or some shit? And it did nothing. No effect. Maybe people are like, oh, maybe they put water. No, it wasn't watered down. You can. It was that Grey Goose stuff that's like really, really. It tastes like wood polish, right? Like you're drinking it.
Yeah.
But it did nothing. And then somebody handed me a bowl. One puff on the bowl was enough to, like, I guess, trigger my neuroreceptors, and I just off I went. Which is to say, mostly over I went.
Like that's the thing that drives me nuts though, is like cannabis does not affect me at all. Never had. I think I might have had an effect once, like 25 years ago, and since then just absolutely nothing. So I'm just like, I just can't do anything. So but I have learned it is fun being the designated driver. I mean, the only sober one at a party. It's a lot of fun doing that too.
It has its pluses and minuses. Babysitting drunks, not always a great time, but sometimes they're fun to fuck with.
Because I was about to say, I don't babysit them, I mess with them.
It's the whole, oh goodness. I've had so many friends I've had to like physically pick up from behind a refrigerator going, how the fuck did you get back there? Or like drag up a stairway. And I can't do that anymore. Like, I'm not.
A refrigerator?
What?
How?
Right. I'm like, how did you even get back there? And it's always like, not to body shame anybody, but just in terms of practicality, it's always a 400-pound person who's back there, you know? Or who fell down the stairs and broke something and now needs to be carried back up the stairs so you can put them in a chair and look at the broken thing.
Last person I was babysitting drunk. Okay, so I've always had the policy with my boys growing up that once they hit about 15, they could have a beer if they wanted to, and then after that, like, they could drink a bit at home, but the rule was they had to drink at home. I had to buy it. I had to monitor it, because it's one of those things of, and I've heard people go both ways with this, but it worked for my boys. Is basically I taught them to be responsible with their drinking, so they're not going out and going to college and just getting sloshed every weekend. My boys are fairly responsible, so it worked for me. Doesn't work for everybody. But when one of my sons got a little bit too sloshed, and I woke up and he is asleep on my floor, on my bedroom floor, and I'm like, my room is on the complete opposite end of the house. I have no idea how that happened. I'm just like, oh, okay. And he's in there and he's curled up with all three of my dogs and using Kip as a pillow. And I'm just like, she does.
That brings me back to my childhood. First, Mind Finished Sock says, don't fall down behind a refrigerator. Like and share the stream instead. It's good advice. Hypatia Stanhope has turned into a bottle of vodka and is here to tell us that they come in 750 milliliters.
Ooh.
So, solving problems, making I don't know. It reminds me of a thing that happened when I was a child. My father was a drunk. And well, I suppose technically still is, because you never stop being an alcoholic. You just like, yeah. He would come home very, very drunk and try to climb into bed with my brother, because I had the top bunk because I was the small elfin child and I didn't mind going up a ladder and whatnot. So my brother had the bottom bunk, and so it was easier to get to when you're very, very drunk. And so he'd try to climb in bed with my brother, and my brother'd kick him out, and he'd be like, "Well, I can't go into my bed because your mother will be very angry with me. There's a couch. Go help yourself to the couch." You know? Holy shit. But people just end up in weird fucking places. Sometimes they don't realize they've taken a wrong turn, but sometimes there actually is some thought behind it. Bad thought, but thought. Ay. It's an Joe Dirt says, smallest child always forced to use top bunk. I actually preferred it. Technically, my brother was smaller. He was born premature and he was younger. Because he was premature, he needed to be on steroids for several years. He had asthma when he was, well, technically still has asthma. It's just like better, but he was on steroids. So he got big, but he started out smaller, I suppose you might say. But I preferred the top because I don't know. I like to be in the sky. I like to be in the air. I don't like other people over me. That's even if it's on a bed, I find it vaguely threatening. I don't like it.
Although I can prove that false. I am an only child. I had a bunk bed too. Simply so, and I had one of the cool ones that I had the twin on top, but the full on the bottom. So that way, when I have friends over, they had somewhere to sleep.
So you stuck your friends in your hole?
Couple of them.
Oh my!
You set me up for that one, and I missed a Uranus joke earlier. So
I know I'm okay. I am an ace person, but that doesn't mean I don't experience libido from time to time. Now, you don't have to have libido to make awful adult puns and jokes and things, but it sure helps.
And the Baphy Award for the most inappropriate goes to.
For what? Okay, that's kind of fair, but I'm going to blame Jeff because I'm pretty sure, Lil, it has been so many years since I had anything approximating a sex dream. And since Just Asked Me Out, it's happened like 5 times. And I'm like, what is happening?
I can completely understand that. I do not know why.
It's almost like when someone actively finds you interesting in that way, it gets your brain thinking along those lines for some reason. I can't imagine why.
Who knows?
It's a total mystery. Fucking hell. All right. We should do some awards or something.
Something like that.
With the old format of the show. The old format of the morning show, I would, dawdle for 15 minutes or so while people wander in before we'd actually get to the topic. And it was nice. It was a nice chance to chat and just have a pleasant morning. And I think we may be going back to that because keeping it to 1 hour is not helping the views at all. So fuck it.
Yeah. But
we have been going for a little bit here, and we did promise people some awards. So assuming, if other people do join us, fantastic. But assuming it's just us for the duration, where would you like to start?
I propose. I don't know. I mean, there's. I haven't even thought about it to be like I've had some ideas for some awards over the week, but I have no idea who to assign them to. That's the thing. I have such a hard time picking.
Well, we could discuss. There's nothing wrong with that. It's because okay, so I have some things that we can start with and see what pops into your head as we go. Some of them I have thoroughly thought out, more thoroughly than others. Some of them not so much. My original thought was bad science. I can't imagine where that idea would come from, but bad sciences. No. So, worst biologist, worst geologist, worst physicist, worst chemist. Oh, I have a proposal for that one.
I know chemist. I know the worst chemist, period. And I absolutely love watching him get his ass handed to him every time.
Is it James Tour?
Yeah. I have my Mr. Farina shirt. I have a Mr. Farina shirt.
I know. I used to have a clip of him yelling 0, and I would like try to work it in on shows. It was so fun. But okay, when I say bad scientist, I don't mean that they're necessarily bad at what it is that they ostensibly do in their professional capacity. It's that they're spreading pseudoscience or deliberate misinformation in regard to something else and using their authority to back up the bullshit. Saying, no, this quantum woo-woo is real, or we should hate trans people because, or Jesus is God and the universe is only 6,000 years old because abiogenesis is impossible.
Mm-hmm. James Tour.
That makes you a bad scientist. Yes.
Yeah. He says they're trying to argue
abiogenesis makes you a bad scientist.
Yeah.
So I actually don't have any other nominees for bad chemist.
Neither do I. He's like the only one I can think of that's like a prominent chemist. Biology, I definitely recommend Dawkins.
Oh yes, we'll get to that one category at a time. Okay. For chemist, I think lacking anything else, Tour is going to win it by default. We can put it as pending, and if somebody suggests something in the chat, then we can reconsider. But I suppose we could call that one settled. We can do biology next though. So my nominees are Dawkins, Coyne, Tompkins, and Wright. So Dawkins, of course, is on an aggressive pseudoscientific hate campaign because he's bought into a conspiracy theory. And so has Jerry Coyne. It's the same conspiracy theory. So how to decide between these two? Oh my goodness.
I personally I would go with Dawkins just because there's a lot of people know who Coyne is, but more people know who Dawkins is. And just because he is that prominent.
I have a twist. Colin Wright, the same conspiracy theory, but while Colin Wright is also lesser as a luminary compared to Dawkins, he directly works for the Manhattan Institute, for the Heritage Foundation, for like he's on stage at PragerU, spewing the pseudoscience. I forgot
about that.
Yeah. So while Dawkins has a bigger name, Collins has billionaire backing to spread his bullshit.
They could both get it.
Maybe they could share the prize. Alternatively, I do have one biologist who's completely separate. He probably also hates, science, but he's a creationist. Jeffrey Tompkins, who's his whole thing, you may recall, I think last year, maybe the year before even, he got into it with Gutsick Gibbon about the percentage of human DNA, chimp DNA similarity, because he was like using deliberately fucked up studies and shit to try to make it look like there was a greater dissimilarity. He's literally just lying about the science that doesn't matter to anyone except insofar as he's using it to try to prop up the that evolution is wrong, therefore creationism wins by default. The earth must be young because evolution couldn't have happened somehow, as if those are related. So it's arguably somewhat less harmful. I have to say somewhat, because young earth creationism is also a cog in the machine of let's call it nationalist Christianity and be not exactly nice, but whatever. Yeah, like they're all doing the same thing. It's all pseudoscience. It's all conspiracy theories, and it all serves the same purpose of getting, you know, the Epstein folks in charge of the entire government. That's the ultimate goal here. And all of them are working to that end intentionally. And that makes them even more horrible people than just bigots and assholes. But whatever. Goodness.
I do propose, as far as bad science, though, that we also give a collective bad science award and give it to the Discovery Institute as a collective bad science.
Well, if we were going to do an organizational level award, of course, the Discovery Institute would be a possibility because, as you know, they're specifically and openly dedicated to creating a theocracy in the United States. Like, that is their declared purpose. And that's pretty fucking evil. But there's all these openly creationist organizations like ICR and Answers in Genesis and so on and so forth. They're doing the same thing, but they're doing it more stupidly by sticking with young earth creation. But also, I don't know. Like, Answers in Genesis is pretty fucking evil too.
Yeah, I mean, they're evil here, and I was actually talking to Seth about this last night, that what makes the Discovery Institute a little bit more sinister to me is there's a lot of people that look at young earth creationism and it's like, that's bullshit on its face. Like, there's a lot of people that buy it, but there's a lot of people who are like, eh. And the Discovery Institute at least tries their damnedest to hide that part of it and at least present themselves as old school creationists.
Well,
to people who do not know what the fuck they're doing.
Right. Yeah, the Discovery Institute, they pretend they're not creationists. It's, oh no, it's just intelligent design. And that's all we care about, is just finding the truth of the Jesus man. Even though they published a document in like the 1980s saying that this was just a wedge issue. They called it the wedge document, in fact. They wanted to make evolution a wedge issue for the purpose of stepping stoning the American public into open theocracy. Like, that's the goal, not the science, just Christian nationalism. Fuck. It's an oof. All right, we got to answer some questions here, but a few of them got away from me. Let's see. Maya asks, what's a Baphy? You answered in chat, but for anybody just wondering, Baphomet. That's the name of our award for our annual awards banquet here. The first and possibly only, but still the annual awards banquet. Miranda says, I feel like Dawkins should get the award because he's the loudest about it. He's got the biggest microphone, but I don't know if he's as loud about it as Wright. It's hard to say. It could be both. It could be both. Let's see. Aunt Jur said, I have an unspoken nomination for Bad Biologist. Well, how am I supposed to know what it is if it's not spoken? I mean, it'd probably be obvious once someone tells me, but my TISM doesn't let me read minds properly. I did take my TISM this morning.
I'll put it in the private chat.
Someone mentioned Starry Night. It is, in fact, a whole dress. I will show because I fucking love this dress.
I've got to get me one of those now.
Wedding. Oh my goodness! Ooh. So I wore it to a Star Wars wedding because I know a bunch of nerds, and they did a Star Wars wedding, and like all the other nerds are there in like stormtrooper outfits or Sith outfits or the Jedi robes and whatever, and I'm wearing this because I can't afford like a proper Star Wars cosplay, and this is vaguely Star related, so that's what I wore. And so I was the center of attention because I was the odd one out, like everybody else is in blacks and whites and occasional reds, and here I am all blue and shit. And I, in fairness, I do look good in blue, but like, yeah, it was a wild time. Like, it was all friends or people that I knew were cool because they're friends of friends, So it was, but it still was a little bit weird. Like, for example, when they did the bouquet throw, as for anybody watching internationally, here in the US, we have a tradition where during the reception, the bride will chuck the bouquet back, and any unattached girls are supposed to try to fight over it to catch it to see who will get married next. They made me join the group because I couldn't hide because I was so fucking visible. I'm like, you can't peer pressure me. That's not cool. And they're like, you're the only one without a lightsaber, so you are the only one who can't actually stop us. Details. I digress. Oh goodness.
I do have one slightly worse than that. I was at a friend's wedding. She just walked over and handed it to me. And I'm like, thanks. I wasn't even dating anybody at the time. I'm just like,
yeah. Here you go. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, why are we even doing a bouquet? It should be like, I don't know, Amidala's crown or a blaster rifle or
right?
Something they use to shoot a stormtrooper with,
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bouquets. Goodness. Miranda says another nominee for bad institutional science is Abeka, a maker of homeschooling curricula for young Earth creationists, spreading the awful to the next generation. Fucking hell. Andrew says I grew up on Abeka. A vast curses and things.
There's also the Discovery Institute that wrote of pandas and people that has been used in public schools. And private schools too. That's what I had. And I had to learn biology on my own.
It's an adventure. It's grumpy making. Like PragerU is getting into schools and shit, and like, I don't know. Anyway, biologists. I don't want, now that I know who the unspoken biologist is, and yes, it should have been obvious, but my isn't not doing the thing. Fuck that guy. He's not even getting a prize, Like I'm content with giving it to Dawkins because we know how he melts down when he doesn't get awards. So,
Yeah.
All right, for bad geologist, we've got Andrew Snelling from AIG, who proves there's no cracks in the rock layers by having people stand in front of the cracks in the rock layers before he takes the picture. We've got Roger, who believes that rocks are hearts and vaginas and things because he has a feather. We have Whitsitt, the actual famous flat earther, who has seen the fucking Antarctic sun and is still somehow a flat earther because he's a dishonest asshole. And of course, Donnie from Standing for Truth, who isn't actually a scientist. He's a car salesman, but he likes to fancy himself, well, all sorts of sciences. I think he's been on ERVs for several months now, but at one time he claimed to be the world leading authority on biblical geology. So there's that.
The fuck is biblical geology?
It's Earth is flat under a dome. I don't think he ever said the Earth is flat, but if you're going to take the Bible literally, the Earth is flat in the Bible, and it has corners, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, it's an oof. It's an oof. On the plus side,
wow.
Shit, where's my thing? I need my thing. Kelly King, Detroit Atheist Queen 24/7, gifting us 5 Ember ships. Hell yeah. Thank you, Kelly. Those went to Maya, the Queen of the Goddesses, Per Aspera, Wim Sweden, Ivan Chiakovan. I am so sorry. I can't even see what your name is, let alone pronounce it. But Ivan, congrats. And Jasper. So yay.
Woo!
Congratulations, folks. Enjoy all the fun custom emojis, all the other benefits of membership like exclusive content and occasionally member-only live streams, bunch of other stuff. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you become permanent members because it really, really helps the channel. And thank you, Kelly, because that really, really helps the channel. Well, it helps me. It also helps YouTube, but it helps me, and I very much appreciate that.
I do have a new Baphy Award idea.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Cutest dog, and I have 2 nominees. There's Daggett.
Only 2.
And Kip.
What will the other doggos think?
They're sleeping. They don't care.
Speaking of Kip, human-shaped Dr. Kip is here to tell us the Bible does not say corners. It says points, like those on a compass. Still flat, though. Behold.
She's here to take her award.
All right, let's take a quick intermission about here it is, the various Kips and their dog related things, kind of adjacent. There's also awards for puppies. Behold.
Meet Kip, named after a biblical scholar, holds 0 degrees, yet remains deeply authoritative. At Kip Academy, she teaches advanced disciplines like ethical trait distribution, comparative couch theology, and vigorous face licking. Questioning authority is encouraged. Not all treats are created equal. Each snack undergoes rigorous evaluation using the sniff, lick, and stare methodology. Some are rejected, some are accepted, some are declared non-canonical. Ask Kip about theology, ask Kip about life, ask Kip if you should go outside. She will not answer, but she will judge you. Kip, named for a scholar, correct about vibes.
It's true. All of it. 100% true. Now, we do have other nominations in the chat. Aunt Jer says Marin's Saul is also cute, which is true. Also Kelly's Sugar, also true. You're muted.
Pickles.
Live broadcasting. I think you're back.
There's Pickles.
Oh, yes.
There's
we
Ozzy, which is Seth's dog, which is adorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's too many dogs.
Well, we can see some of the other dogs. People will never be mad about puppies, so we can see some of the other dogs. So let's do that now.
Sometimes I chill or hang out at the bar, but I never stay long or go very far. You could say I am lame or that I am fickle, but I'd rather be at home playing with my pickle. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. Don't take offense if I don't answer the phone. Instead I'm loving on my girl and giving her a bone. People call me a dud, like a busted missile, but I'd rather be in my bed, petting my pickle. That's my doggy, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. It's not that I don't like you or wanna hang out, but if I had to choose, never was there a doubt. If you need to feel good, in fact it might tickle, you should come to my house and wrestle with my pickle. That's my big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real.
Now, of course, Pickle dominated most of that because Ryan produced that one. But, you know, honestly, looking at all the many, 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 many dogs in the community, I don't think we're going to get a majority vote on that one. I don't think anybody is going to get a majority. I think you're muted.
I can fully admit I'm biased.
It's true. Oh, goodness. So I think we'll have to declare that one a tug of war. It's like a tie, but there's knots on both ends. Oh, goodness.
Henry and Hank are horrible too. So, yeah, they're all dogs in general. How about that? Dogs in general win.
Yeah, we can go with that. Let's see. Did we decide on a geologist? I think we got led astray.
Yes, we did. Sorry, I have the attention span of a squirrel today, so.
Oh, goodness. All right, so a geologist. Winston's not a scientist. Donnie's not a scientist. They're both aggressively full of shit, but they're not actually scientists. So I think, well, Roger's not a scientist. You know what? The only actual scientist on the list is Snelling. So he's actually lying about his own profession. So I think also, while we were on break, this is Baphy. This is the Pride Baphy specifically. Emma Thorne produced it for Pride Month. His little flame tail.
That's awesome.
But like Emma produced a couple runs of pink satanic Baphys, like with the pentagram on their head. But this one's for Pride, so it's my little Pride demon. Very cuddle.
I like it.
But the assholes we're talking about today, they don't get any. No Baphy for them. I mean, they're winning a Baphy, but they're not going to get a Baphy because fuck those guys. So yeah, yeah, I'm good with Snelling for that one. What do you think?
Yeah, if he's the only one that's actually a geologist, then yeah, it's kind of him by default.
Okay. Yeah, Weed Bro agrees. and Unfinished Journey. Yes, we have a consensus. We agreed on something. Hell yeah.
Woo! Success.
Oh my goodness. Okay, for physics, this one's going to be tougher because at least 3 of them actually have relevant degrees. I honestly can't remember who the fuck the 4th one even is, but I'll list them off anyway. Jason Lisle, the astrophysicist liar who believes that the speed of light heading towards Earth is arbitrarily infinite, thus explaining a young cosmos. How light knows that it's heading towards Earth, light going this way goes at an infinite speed if Earth is over there, but if Earth is over there, the same light going in the same direction goes at half the speed of light for no reason other than it lets him pretend he has an argument that the Earth could, or that the universe could be 6,000 years old. It's absolute bullshit. It's frustrating bullshit too, but I digress. Hugh Ross, old Earth creationist. So to his credit, he isn't saying the Earth is 6,000 years old, but he is saying that evolution was started by aliens who are also angels, who are also beings from another dimension, and possibly the will of Jesus, because string theory and 11, he's made of crazy sauce, basically, which is wild because unlike Lisle, he worked in real astrophysics for 5 years. He had a job at JPL, I think, doing quasars, which are one of my favorite things. I even have a favorite quasar. It's 3C273. Yeah.
Oh, so do I. Well, yeah. It's a quasar, but it's my personal favorite, which is what this one is supposed to be. Ton 618. Ton 618.
That ton 618 isn't a quasar, it's a black hole.
Yeah, but there's a quasar there. That's how we know it's a black hole.
I'll take your word for that one. Let's see. Danny Faulkner. Faulkner works for Answers in Genesis, which aggressively is doing not just pseudoscience spreading, but political efforts, right? Like Answers in Genesis is also part of the aggressive nationalist Christian movement. However, I will say, in Danny Faulkner's credit, he looks at the old universe and he goes, shrug, miracle. Like, we just have to bite the miracle on this one. The universe appears to be billions of years old. We can't honestly explain that. To say the earth is young, we look at the universe, we just have to own miracle. Like, there is no scientific reason to say so. So for that reason, I give him some credit. And then the last person is, I have Gina on here. I assume it's Gina from the fucking woo-woo videos that Punk Apostate used to cover, and occasionally Maya. But I haven't seen her in such a long time. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this down. But yeah, so do you have anybody for bad physicist you'd like to nominate?
Not anybody who hasn't already been named. I would say the string theory guy. Just because it's just like, what, no. And the thing is like string theory and like physics in general is like so difficult that it's just easy for people to lie about it. And it's just like, it's so infuriating when they do.
Right, because like this is one of the reasons that physics actually annoys me more than some of the others. And it's not just because I studied physics, right? It's also that, like, because of the nature of physics, there's so much math, there's so much, really exotic science in that field, like particle colliders and atomic lasers and shit like the weasels do. And honestly, he should be on this list, the weasels. But
oh yeah, there's actually, as far as pseudoscience, like I would also nominate Krauss, like Miranda said, just because he's a garbage person.
It's true. Like he hasn't promoted bad physics, but he is a bad person relying on his physics. Like Krauss isn't even just licking the boots of the Epstein class. He is the Epstein class. He's only well known because he was born into wealth. He that's not to say he doesn't know his science, but he had the opportunities he had because he's wealthy, and he continues to use his wealth to platform himself.
I forgot about Sabine Hassenfelder too.
Oh my goodness.
I totally forgot
That's a
about
whole
her.
different dimension of bad science. But yeah, she's been straying for a while now. She's been straying outside her field to just offer lay people opinions, really bad takes on a lot of social issues, and like back them up with her authority as a physicist. So it's sort of, it's the same type of offense, although I still think that Krauss's is worse because he's like aggressively hurting people. Sabine is just causing great harm and not caring about the consequences. Like they're kind of both. So shoot, I think even though we've got these young earthers and old earthers and all this dishonesty, like Lyle Ross and Faulkner, for their own parts, mostly just stick to being wrong about their own discipline. Whereas these two, Krauss and Hassenfelder, they're making things worse for other people. The same way Dawkins is talking out of his ass to aggressively make things worse for other people. So I think it's really between those two, who weren't even on my original nomination list.
Yeah. I would say. Oh, and then there was fucking. Who is it? Fucking Eric Weinstein, too. There's a few of them who are fucking awful. Like,
You mean
wow,
Harvey
wow.
Weinstein?
No, he's a
I gotta look.
Yeah, Professor Dave's covered him several times.
Oh, he's an inventor. Or
Yeah.
an
And he also
investor. A financial executive?
No, it's let me I forgot what his degree is. I think
If it's this
I think
guy,
I think he actually has a physics degree, but like never actually did anything with it. Yeah, he has a PhD in mathematical physics from freaking Harvard and did nothing.
So he's a mathematician.
Mathematical physicist. So
all right, I'm making up a new category. Bad mathematician, because I want to nominate Helen Joyce for that. And John Lennox. Bad math. Joyce. Lennox.
Oh, yep.
Weinstein. Okay. Mathematicians, apparently, math must be boring because they seem to love to talk out of their ass about completely unrelated things. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. For physics, though. Yeah, shoot. Right. Krauss,
I would say
Sabine. I don't know, like,
because she gives the legitimacy from her degree and stuff, and basically makes people think that the rest of the physicists are full of shit. Like, I think it does a lot of harm, and it does more harm in the long run to physics and trust in physics, because physics is hard.
It is. So, okay, I don't know. Like, as a humanist, I'm torn because, like, there is clear damage to society, to science, to people's trust in science when a real scientist is promoting woo-woo pseudoscience bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, Krauss actually hurts people, you know? So, like, how do we weigh, though? You know what? Maybe they can both win.
Yeah.
They can,
Yeah,
like
I
with
have a
Nobel, they can share the prize for most fucking awful this year.
Yeah, I think with the Nobel, I think three, if I remember correctly, 3 people can win. So
Krauss and Hassenfelder. I'm probably spelling it wrong, but I don't really care. All right. Next on my list is Bad Chemist and James Tour.
Sure, Mr.
I still don't have better options.
He's just oh my god, he's so unhinged. It's so much fun watching him lose his mind. I have to say, like, watching I think it was the Cambridge Roundtable, where he is surrounded by like actual like working, and I mean he's an actual working scientist, yes, but like people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
dude
because he's a applied sciences chemistry guy. Like, he knows chemistry, but it's more in like material science. Like, it's the engineering side rather than the theory side. And he's surrounded by abiogenesis guys. It'd be like, you know, me in a room full of weasels, you know, because like my studies were in astrophysics, but I know nothing about shooting lasers at atoms, you know, like completely out of my element kind of thing. So yeah. Miranda says, yeah, Tour can probably have that one. I feel like we don't hear as much from bad chemists. Poor chemistry. It's such an underappreciated field these days. I don't know, but say
I do agree.
So yeah, we'll tentatively keep Tour there. And that brings us to, I had a category for bad medicine, but a person can be applied twice. So for bad medicine, Helen Joyce, who is a mathematician and knows nothing about medicine. but she loves to talk about what medicine thinks about other people. Robert Galbraith Rowling, for the same reason. Hillary Cass, who actually is a physician, but lies about it for the purpose of hurting people for her own political benefit. Fuck. And the American College of Pediatricians, the whole organization, all 11 of them. Now,
I would also
fair, the American College of Pediatricians has like 200 members, and 11 of them are physicians.
I would nominate Dr. Oz in there too, because he's doing a fuck ton of damage right now.
All right, Dr. Oz.
You could even throw Dr. Ben Carson in there, because like he is so far outside of his field.
Didn't he die the last time Mussolini was in charge?
You're right. I think no, that was Herman Cain. I'm pretty sure that was Herman Cain.
I can't keep track of his toadies. So many of them are in jail. So many of them are dead. I don't fucking know. Yeah, once we start including political assholes, why not RFK or Trump himself? They could make the field too open.
Yeah, but I've held from the get-go that other than Trump himself, RFK is going to end up having the highest body count, period, out of the entire administration. Just because of all the funding that was cut, all the research that was cut, all the, like, just horse shit that he is spreading. I can't stand that guy.
That actually makes me think that maybe Elon and his Doge crew should be on the list too. Not just necessarily for medicine, but like science overall, because they cut so much funding from so many things, not knowing what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
They did a lot of damage. My goodness.
Oh, yes, they did.
All right. So let's I suppose we'll use that same rule of parsimony that people who actually have training in the field get precedence. And so we can drop Joyce, Rowling, technically Dr. Oz, because he's
he's a cardiologist.
Oh, is he? I thought he was like a chiropractor or some shit.
Here's a jacked up thing. He's actually a good cardiologist. Like, I mean, he was like really well renowned before he went freaking nuts conservative. Like, he was actually like really well, from what I understand, he was really well respected. Same thing with Ben Carson, is that he was a neurosurgeon and he was apparently pretty damn good. And then he went crazy.
Oh goodness, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm looking up Casey Means. I have heard of her, but not by name. She's the proposed Surgeon General person that Trump put up, that Dr. Ben did a stream on, how much she is very much not qualified. But yeah, she's an oof. And that also makes me think of Miriam Grossman, who's a medical doctor and a psychiatrist, who lies about medicine and medical information for political purposes, specifically to hurt people and move forward Christian nationalism. So that you know, there's so many fucking aggressively evil people. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dr. Ronnie Jackson. I think I've heard
that. My God, yes. Fuck that guy.
He's a congressperson.
Yeah, but he was Trump's doctor and Obama's doctor too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Currently representative for Texas's 13th district.
Why? Why do we have to have all the shitty ones? We already have to deal with Cruz and Gohmert. Help.
He wrote a book called Holding the Line, a lifetime of defending democracy and American values. He's 58 years old. a lifetime of defense, and he's fucking MAGA. But a lifetime of defending democracy. Fucking hell. Yikes. So much yikes. So much yikes.
Although, to mitigate the yikes with all this, I do have a proposal for the best doctor in the community.
Well, by doctor, what do you mean doctor? Anyone with the title doctor, or specifically medical doctor, or like
medical doctor?
Well, that does cut it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
For
well, I know who I will pick.
The only person that comes to mind. The only person that comes to mind is Dr. Ben.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, like not only does he get it by default, he would get my vote no matter what. So
yeah, because for a similar reason, the bad scientists are on the list, because he's using his credential to aggressively spread correct information that undoes the harm being done to people by other people who are aggressively spreading misinformation.
Exactly.
So it's like he's the antimatter to their bullshit. We just need more of him. A lot more. Yeah. More Dr. Ben's, please.
Dr. Ben, figure out how to clone yourself, please. We need more.
I know. Miranda says when Ember becomes president, she can make Dr. Ben Surgeon General. I absolutely would too. I'd be like, kidneys for everyone.
Hurry, kidneys. Here we go. Now I'm wondering who you would pick as your VP.
You know, I don't know. I like the old system where like the person who got the second most votes was VP. It'd have to be a political thing, you know, like based on who's available right now. Maybe AOC. Because like there's a few people I can kind of partly get down with, but a lot of, I mean, anybody on the right is just a hard no. And several people who are in the middle, like Gavin, for example, fuck no, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody who's in favor of genocide, which is almost all the Democrats, you know? I'd really like Mandami, but he's not eligible. Let's say Bernie would be great, but he'll be like 900 years old and be training Jedi by the time, you know.
But what you could do is put him into place and then make sure that AOC is Speaker of the House. So if Bernie passes on, you can get AOC in there. You have a backup plan.
Not quite how that works, but if Bernie passed, and then something happened to me, which it definitely would, because as an intersex transgender woman, I would be riddled with scandal. Like, oh, first of all, there's zero chance I could. I'm an atheist. I'm a woman. I'm like, there's no chance I could get elected in this country. But if I did,
that would be awesome, then.
Yeah. Miranda says there are some good doctors on YouTube. Mama Dr. Jones, fucking love her. Dr. Zach Rubin, I don't know him, but also Dr. Mike comes to mind. Watch it. Oh, poor Dr. Mike. The shit he subjects himself to just for our entertainment. Like doing a whole jubilee with anti-vaxxers. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Entropy fan is here, says almost all the Democrats, not even close to being anti-genocide. Most Democrats want to send weapons to Israel. Exactly. Yes, the Democrat Party. We have two right-wing parties. One is just completely fucking unhinged and off the edge, but they're both right-wing parties. Fuck us. Ay.
Although I do like quoting you. I do like quoting you where you're like, one might be awful, but the other is actively trying to kill us.
Right. Like, as I sometimes point out, the reason we have, okay, so quick lesson. This is the original pride flag, right? And these all have different meanings. So do these, right? Like everybody gets the intersex inclusion is for intersex. Everybody gets that the trans inclusion is for trans people, but those have specific meanings too. Like the blue is for boys, the pink is for girls, and the white is for non-binary, because non-binary is part of trans. But also the brown is for brown people, because this may surprise people. The same people who hate brown people hate us for the same reason. And also there's a tremendous amount of intersectionality between the brown communities and the queer communities, because there are a lot of queer brown people, like Marsha P. Johnson, for example, from whence I get the lovely flowers around many of my hats. I mean, I don't get them from her, she's dead, but like, you get the idea. But the black stripe, a lot of people assume the brown and the black are for brown and black people. No. The black stripe is for AIDS victims, the people who died to AIDS, specifically under the Reagan administration, because that is a reminder, not just of our grief and loss and our mourning for people killed by deliberate government malpractice, but it's also a permanent reminder that we never forget that while the Democrats may be fucking useless, the Republicans actively try to kill us. So there's my speech on that.
I quote that all the time. Because I'm just like, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. Miranda says, I don't know if I actually said, but Miranda said earlier, if we're being fanciful, why not Maya for VP? Yeah. I think that would work really well. Yeah. Like, because you know what the vice president is actually supposed to do? They're supposed to go meet with other heads of state and like wrangle the Senate and all this. Like Maya, absolutely. 100,000%. If you know those pesky Australians get out of line, Maya will go down there and be like, Mark, get your shit together. What are you people doing? Don't make me send in the emus.
Question is, who would be chief of staff?
Chief of staff? Oh, goodness. I don't, the hypothetical staff is not what we were supposed to be doing today. I don't even know.
No, it's not. Tangents.
It's true. We're prone to tangents. Miranda says, Mike, control the weasels. She can do anything. That's valid. I mean, honestly, the fact that you can tactically deploy laser weasels is pretty intimidating. I don't think Tap has realized that he has lasers. Like for realsies, right? Like I did laser hair removal. Technically I'm still doing because it's one of those lifetime packages, but whatever. One time I was at the clinic and they had a new nurse who just like moved in from another state. First of all, the clinics are nice because they have like actual nurses who are trained in how to use these super high powered lasers to fry your face and other body parts with. And she's like, all right, it's like my first day here, but I guess you're supposed to wear these eye covers or this or that or whatever. And like, I was having some confusion and so finally she's just like, lay on the thing, put the thing over your eyes. I have a laser. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I've never had someone threaten me with a laser like that before. I'm like, we live in the future. Oh, goodness. It's the ferrets of unleash the ferrets of war. Oh my goodness. Oh, are we trying to get back on track now? Is that what we're doing?
Attempting to. I was just saying if there was anything that I possibly have not thought of. I've thought of a couple. I'm not like throwing them out there because there's too many people to nominate for those.
Okay, what were we on? Medicine? Oh yeah, I think we were. Okay, so let's Narrowing it down, ACP, political hack group, Helen, Joyce, and Rowling we can discard because they that's not their thing. Hillary Cass, as much as it pains me, she pretty much only cares about hurting trans people. Like, as opposed to Dr. Oz and RFK and these other people who are trying to hurt everyone. So I think we could probably just like umbrella this shit and call it the entire Make America Healthy Again movement. Like that, that entire wing of MAGA. Like they're now an association and they get that award.
There are an awful lot of group awards here. Yeah. But yeah, they all deserve it. So
yep, they can fight over it. It'll be fun or something. Let's see. I had one other math before we get to the final category. Math. So we've got Helen Joyce again because she's a mathematician who's trying to use math to do biology to hurt trans people and women generally. Like that's her goal. She's taken a job as I think it's director of communications or something, public outreach for Sex Matters, which is an organization specifically designed to hurt women by protecting women from other women. But she's a mathematician, so that makes her pretty fucking awful. John Lennox, a mathematician and very soft thinker, very smooth brain guy, who tries to use his degree as a mathematician and not so much his ability to logic. You would think a mathematician would be better at logic, but he is not. To try to spread Christianity. He's an apologist with a math degree. Bad, but not harmful in the same way Joyce is being harmful. And that Weinstein person that you mentioned.
Yeah. I would like Joyce is pretty high up there. I would say my biggest thing is with like Weinstein and like Sabine Hofstadter too is the fact that they tend to aim for the more mainstream people, and they tend to try to lessen their confidence in the science, which ends up leading to them believing like shit from Joyce and all that. So it kind of like it kind of snowballs from them because they plant the seeds of doubt and then it kind of snowballs.
The snowball effect is real. That's true. But I don't know. I feel like the people who cause direct harm should definitely get precedence. I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to say. I'm looking at too many dang things at once, as per usual. I don't know. I really Lennox is annoying. I really don't like Joyce. I mean, for fuck's sake, this woman, she wrote a book using her math degree to try to justify transphobia. And on page 197 of the book, she's like, it's been a while since I looked, so I can't quote it anymore. But she's like, what powerful agency in charge of everything could be behind this conspiracy to sterilize our children? It's the Jews. Like she just outright says, it's the Jews, you know? What the fuck? Could you be more of an open Nazi?
Yeah.
Like she is openly evil, you know?
And another point in her favor, she is in your supercut.
It's true. Do I have that on here? I might. Because we're in the Java and Jugs room. I think it may be an older version, but I do have one, and I think she's in this. So, yeah, we'll take a quick break. Enjoy.
I have a problem with this stuff being normalized across the spectrum, and specifically, like, why push this on kids? Why introduce this to kids?
It's better because it's better.
How though?
Yeah, because it's better.
Can you make an argument for it?
Sure, because it's better. In what ways?
The ways in which it's better.
I am a depraved wretch. I am a great sinner. I'm a worm, completely undeserving of any love or any grace. I'm nothing. I'm nothing.
You're incapable of being a good person. You're an evil person. You're a terrible person. At the core fabric of who you are. That's why we need laws. We need laws because we're bad people. All of us are bad people.
You can't spell Pride Month without demon. PRIDEMONTH.
If we don't know who the women are, because they are just people, then we won't be able to pull the women up to equality with men.
We have to try to limit the harm. And that means reducing or keeping down the number of people who transition. And that's for two reasons. One of them is that every one of those people is a person who's been damaged. But the second one is every one of those people is basically, you know, a huge problem to a sane world.
Transgenderism must be eradicated.
Carl, that kills people.
The LGBT, transgender, grooming our children's minds is a national security threat. We need to hold people for treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing people.
I will use whatever gives me victory. I don't care about the truth, and I don't care about the law. I care about one thing, the control.
But then they rigged the election, and now we won, so I'm going to be your president.
Then what happened is they rigged the election, and I became president, so that was a good thing.
I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
It was actually a tremendous blessing to these children for them to be killed and go to heaven and be with God.
If they die, they die.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles.
Stop letting people pressure you into thinking.
I want to be ignorant, honestly.
Being a Christian doesn't exclude us from experiencing spiritual dryness.
We're bad people. All of us are bad people.
What fun. Like it's so harmful, but it's also so absurd. I just have to laugh at it. Oh goodness.
I mean, it's like it's one of those things that I always and I don't know how many times I've seen that, but I always catch something that I'm just like, wait a second, what?
Just think of it this way. I may be a silly bean, but every single clip I chose to put in there for a reason. It's not just people saying vaguely horrible things. There's a specific thing they say that merits them being included in that clip, you know? Fuck it, like the one thing I agree with Ruslan is they are all bad people. Aggressively so. Fuck. All right. So what were we on? Bad math. I think honestly I'm leaning towards that Weinstein fellow because even though I don't know him, Joyce is just obviously evil and she is doing a great deal of harm. But Weinstein is like doing governmental harm, you know? And Lennox is just kind of a dope.
Yeah. And his brother, which I believe is a biologist, is just as bad. So
amazing. We're gonna need a bigger award ceremony next year. You know, assuming we survive that long. All right. Oh goodness. I'm fixing to like kind of low key start moving towards wrapping up because my medicine's starting to wear off. And also I do need to eat so I can take other medicine. Various things like that. So I have one more category. Pseudoscientist of the year. The one person who spread science information to the most people. That's the criterion. Who spreads pseudoscience to the most people?
I know my pick.
Okay, so the nominees I came up with when I was first brainstorming these were RFK, Matt Walsh, Elon Musk.
Ooh, RFK and Elon Musk are definitely the top two for me.
That's what I
RFK
came up with. There may be others.
And the reason I say RFK is because he is doing, not only is he spraying pseudoscience, but he's doing actual fucking damage and getting people killed. Like, he has a body.
True. He definitely has a body count at this point. But the criteria isn't doing the most harm. It's spreading pseudoscience to the most people for this award. And I'm glad I put that criteria on it because it helps narrow the spectrum a bit, you know?
Yeah. I would still say it's RFK just because he is part of the government. And so even if it's him who is spraying the pseudoscience, it's still under the guise of the government doing it. And too many people are like, oh, the government says X, Y, and Z.
That's a good point. I was leaning towards Elon because he has a much bigger microphone than anyone else on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't think people have realized how
personal level, right? Like RFK isn't just using his own microphone. He's using the United States government as a microphone.
Which is probably the big world.
So I guess really what it comes down to is which is a bigger source of pseudoscience, which is I never thought we'd be in this fucking timeline, but here we are. Is it private billionaires promoting the worst pseudoscience or the fucking government? I would say the government. The government is owned by the billionaires, but like, which one is poisoning the most minds with bullshit?
I would definitely say it's the government, just because, especially with all the funding cuts and all the research grants that he's canceled and all that, like, that's going to have generational effects. Like, it's going to take us a long time to catch up.
Because, like, harming real science isn't the same as spreading pseudoscience. However, by interfering with education, with real science, with further progress, I mean, hell, cutting U.S. aid, you know, that the end of U.S. aid is directly going to lead to a new resurgence in fucking faith healers and shit in other countries, you know? Yeah. It's going to cause knock-on pseudoscience to fill the place of where real science should be, you know? It's a tough one, but I think you make a pretty strong case.
Can you tell that I hate RFK just a little bit?
I honestly, I think everyone, I think RFK, you heard him testify before Congress. I know you did, because politics is one of your things, that no one should be taking medical advice from me. He's still leading the damn thing. Like, resign if you feel that way, asshole.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Republicans are acting like, oh, you think this is a dumb idea? Hold my beer, you know? Fucking hell. All right, so let's go with that. So, we've got bad biologist, Richard Dawkins, bad geologist. We went with Snelling on that one, right? Bad physicist, shared prize, Lawrence Krauss and Sabine Hassenfelder. Bad chemist, James Tour. Bad mathematician. What?
Mr. Farida.
Bad mathematician, Eric Weinstein. Bad medicine. We just went with the entire Make America Healthy movement, which means technically that RFK wins the overall Baphy Awards, because by being the head of MAHA and also winning independently as pseudoscientist of the year. He is the most evil person in science this year. Congratulations, you fucking asshole.
And the one good Baphy Award goes to Dr. Ben.
Yeah, Dr.
And
Ben
Dr.
gets
Kim.
the actual prize.
And all the dogs. And all the puppers.
And all the dogs. All dogs. Why are humans not as good as dogs? Like, there are good humans, to be sure. Oh my goodness.
We don't deserve
We need to do better. You know what? I need to stop my preaching on Deep Dives Daily, which, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Every fucking weekday, we're learning something new. As I often say, I try to appeal to people's humanism and say, we need to be better humans. Maybe what I should be saying is we ought to strive to be worthy of our dogs. Maybe then people give a fuck. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna keep trying. So yeah, there's a bunch of badness in the world, but we keep fighting, we keep striving, we keep doing our best to try to survive. Any closing thoughts, Lil? I don't want to just cut everything off.
No, I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty solid list of just fucking terrible people, except for the two categories that were good.
I know we need to do a separate award where we recognize people who don't suck, just to get the bad taste. Look, the world isn't all horrible, but then no one would watch because that's not what people are interested in. I mean, I realize some of you folks would watch because you watch for us, not because of the category of the content or whatever. But holy shit. Exactly, Em. Why are they so hateful? Why do they go out of their way to spread so much hate to hurt other people? And why do we elect them? Why do we elect them? Why do we give them power? It's ridiculous. I don't understand. That's going to do it for right now, folks. I believe I'm on Mark's this weekend for the debate review. So that'll be Saturday evening. Sunday, I have no fucking idea. Dr. Benz is on later. Lil's got a bunch of stuff coming up. But like I said moments ago, you can find me here on Better Than Ember. All my links on betterthanember.com. The Astro Pride merch stuff is on astropride.com. And also linked on Better Than Ember. You know where to find me, but I do stuff weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Join us. Next week we're doing some interesting things. So yeah, what are you up to, Lil?
I've got later today. I've got I'm probably going to be on Dr. Ben's trivia stream, which is always a blast. So check it out. I have Apostate Assembly with Seth on his channel, Ambush Apostate. I've got Politicality on Sunday and Ember on Monday.
It's good to have Ember on Monday. Stay tuned for when the hell, again, Job and Jugs is in flux right now. We keep an eye peeled. Thank you all so much for joining. And as always, try not to die. Doodles.
Shit's a hole.